please, please, you know what? If you're anyone who's going online crying about how go woke, go broke, or crying about Star Wars or BS like that, here's the thing I need for y'all to do. Y'all need to shut the F up. Every single one of you. I mean it. Every single one of you need to shut up. And this for me, who not only was like that, basically, but only when it was something that actually was woke, and then it got broke. Like how all those vegans will be harassing, restaurants into selling vegan, basically. And then guess what? That flopped. No one came. No one liked it. And guess what? The vegans themselves didn't even join the restaurants or whatever, or even support them. So it was all big waste. Now that's actual woke. That is actually going woke and going broke. Now, I find it so ironic because you gotta have a lot of people on the left that will always cry about capitalism being bad, blah blah, while being capitalist, which is so stupid. But do you know what I find even more ironic and more hypocritical is people on the right who be dying on the hill, cry about socialism this, how capitalism is beautiful, is amazing, so on and so forth, and then legit, they will be out here defending these regular restaurants for not wanting to sell like vegan stuff, or these are the same type of people who would defend bakeries for not making a wedding cake for lesbians or gay people or trans people. They would defend them and say that, well, it's their private company and so forth. They can do whatever they want. It's their company. It's their business. Their money. Whatever. They would say these things every single time when it benefits them. But when the company does something that they don't like, now they're out here wishing the worst for it. And that's what I find so ironic. When it came to the whole Stellar Blade, basically, what did they do? They harassed everyone about it. They were hating it. And do you know what's more ironic? Not only you have countless of these same idiots online crying about how, oh, I'm not going to play Stellar Blade. I'm not going to support this woke company because I said so. Okay, so why are you complaining about it then? If you're not going to support it, stop complaining about it. Stop talking about it. Move the F on. Legit, just move the F on. Stop ruining the fun for other people. Seriously. But you know what's as bad? Is that these people will be crying and complaining about how, oh, these companies, they're pandering to so and so. What? It's not pandering. They're just doing their jobs. They're doing business practices. That's not pandering. But once again, it's so ironic. They're crying about pandering, how, oh, they're pandering to the woke mob, whatever. By literally crying about how the companies are not pandering to them. It's not even about what these people are doing or pander to the woke mob. No, you just want the company to pander to your bigotry. That is it. That's literally it. For all these dumb people well, more have gone woke. No, shut the F up. No, you just wanted to pander towards you. That's exactly what you wanted to do. It's not pandering towards other people. You just wanted to pander to you. You want the straight white man gaze. That's what you want. And you want it to pander to you. That's the problem. And that's what you wanted to happen. We got our very first official black lead playing the doctor. And y'all are like, oh, this is pandering. How? How is it pandering? If it was pandering, then it would be all fake. It would not be genuine. Oh wait, they hired him for his genuine reason because yes, he earned the role. That's it. And y'all are mad so because he's black. No, that's not pandering. That's just you being racist and being mad because the show is not pandering to you when it never did. And you know what's even worse is that a lot of these people aren't even fans or even whatever for these franchises. You got a lot of these dumb idiots be like, oh, well, woke mob this, I'm sorry, went woke. But then themselves proven so many times they don't know a single thing about Star Wars. Every single time. I am a normie, and there's a bunch of videos explaining Star Wars, for crying out loud. It takes you less than a few hours to just look up a video. And everything is there. This is not new. But you have dumb idiots like Melanie Matt acting as if she cares about the franchise or that she knows anything about Star Wars, crying and complaining about how the wishes in the Acolyte are using the Force to create children. Yeah, and there was this one dumb comment I found, legit crying about how, oh, that's so much stuff was out of place. It does not fit right in the Star Wars franchise, even though, yes, they legit do. So what the frick are you talking about? Legit, what the F are you talking about? Did you legit went out of the way crying about, oh my gosh, there's a shirtless naked guy. Somehow, that's so out of Star Wars, whatever. Like, oh my gosh, this makes no... Bro, you're literally that pressed over that scene? That what makes you feel... How? That's not Star Wars. That's not saying that, oh, well, being naked, whatever, is Star Wars. No, it's just about the fact. You're literally crying about something that's nothing to do with anything. It's just one scene. Legit, what on earth are you crying about? Just say you want Star Wars to be about a white dude. Just say that. And you know what's... Back to the point. Alright? We got Melanie crying about how the children were made by the Force and claiming that since she's a Christian, when he's a fun fact, she's not a Christian. She's not a Christian. She is not a Christian at all. She never was. She just used that as an excuse. That's it. I myself am a Christian, yes. Her, nowhere close. Gothics, nowhere close. Not one amount of form about them are Christian. That's just a fact. But back to the point. Crying about how it's satanic and stuff. And saying that, oh, well, the demons, they're going to look for a vassal and so on. So just because they didn't have a biological father, so that... You see how stupid you sound? One, if it's a living, breathing thing, that is a soul right there. They have a soul. You freaking moron. And two, this whole world is a being of vassal for demons. Okay, so you're saying that, let's say, living plants for crying out loud. Pretty much all things are living around our universe, basically. They're not possessed by demons. And this for me, who actually believe that, yes, demons exist and stuff, but oh my gosh, you have no idea what you're talking about. Heck, since you want to use that example, guess what? Then Jesus, in your own argument, says he was not born with a biological human father. He was born from Mary. Technically, he could be possessed by a demon himself. That technically, his birth was satanic. It was a secret satanic ritual. You see how stupid you sound? Do you honestly see how completely idiotic you sound? And once again, this is someone who claims to be a Christian and just completely throws Jesus' birth out of the window. Completely throws it out the window as if like, oh, it doesn't exist or there's just nothing like it, when it literally is a lot like it. And then it was even more ironic, Anakin was born no different. But the only difference is that one, the Force literally just like, you're pregnant now because I said so. While the wishes, they forced it. They literally created children themselves. Anakin's mom, she just got... That's it. There was no father involved. No, the Force was like, you gonna take it, you gonna give birth to this chosen one, and that's it. Basically, does she know that? Does she know that Anakin didn't have a father at all? Yes or no? Obviously no. Does she know that midichlorians are the reason why the Force is used, whatever? Clearly not. And it's so funny how all these people crying about how the acolyte, they ruined Star Wars or blah blah blah, and they continue to provide so much proof that they have no clear idea what Star Wars is about or what it is. When there's actual fans who do watch this stuff, who do the research, and because they know way more than any of you dumb morons do. And that's what I find so bloody ironic. You have people like Anna, that's our girl. You would think she would correct people about this stuff, whatever, or at least show that yes, she is a fan. No, her whole shit is that, hey, even though I'm supposed to be a Star Wars fan, let me talk about how much I hate Star Wars. Then no, you're not a Star Wars fan, you're a fraud. That's it. And yes, I'm willing to call this out. Anna, you're a fraud, you're not a Star Wars fan. You're grifter, yes, but you're not a Star Wars fan. You never was, let's be honest. Because all you've been doing for the last few years, ever since Searcha, all you've been doing is talk about how much you hate Star Wars, and that's pretty much it. That's literally all you've been doing. And not even just him, the Star Wars theory, legit, starting off from like actually sharing stories about Star Wars, lore, whatever, being hyped for these things, to, oh yeah, let me just throw all that out the window because I need to grip to a bunch of racist people online for money now. And it's just, all he does do is wishing for anything Star Wars related to flop. Anything like related to a new movie or a new show or a character, he wants it to flop. That's all then no, you're not a Star Wars fan. That's not you asking or wishing the best for the franchise or trying to save the franchise. No, that's just you asking for it to die. Once again, I hate My Hero Academia with a passion. I don't care. But here's the thing. I don't go online crying about this stuff. I don't go online wishing for it to fail. That's stupid and weird. And this is what is the issue. So no, it's not the, oh, with the wokies, blah, blah. No, that's not it. It's you idiots. That is the problem. You do know, not every single person is going to watch Star Wars, right? You do know that, right? Not every single person has seen Star Wars. They know of it, but they haven't seen it. This is normal. That's like expecting every single person to know Power Rangers or watch Power Rangers. No. Some of them might know what Power Rangers is or whatever, but they never saw it in their life. Or they have the glimpse memories of it. That's it. So for all you dumb is acting as if it's a big... No. And it was more wrong when you go to a Star Wars convention. Those are the fans. But is it the majority of everyone around the world? Still no. That's the minority of the whole world population, for crying out loud. Like, seriously. Like, are y'all that desperate? And the funny part too, y'all acting as if like, oh well, they're interested. Okay, cool. Here's the thing: the wokey SJWs, when they're not interested of the acolyte, they have a reason. They could talk about the pacing, the writing, the characters, the dialogue, whatever. But here's the thing: it is not tied down, nor relates to, nor is about wokeness, nor relates to about someone being black or what some actress said, like in an interview or whatever, or oh my gosh, this is a woman. How dare you? Like, shut the F up. And the funny part too, so many people went out of the way, I totally forgot what was her name, I don't care. One of the main lead protagonists, basically, of using a interview, like, out of context, mind you, completely out of context, and try to argue that, oh, her mission was to make the show very racist against white people to make us uncomfortable. No, that was not it. She was literally talking about a movie that addresses racism. And yes, it's going to make white people uncomfortable. Well, not just white people. White Nazis like you uncomfortable because you're getting called out on it. Now you say, do I like the movie? Nah, I find it cringe and I think that it's not going to be as good. But in my opinion, I have a reason. It has nothing to do with, well, she's black. She's a freaking woman. No, it's a legit reason. Why y'all literally crying online. So because you do not like non-white dudes existing. That is it. That is literally it. Nothing else. Nothing bloody else. Because when we're asking y'all exactly what happened in the show, y'all purposely misrepresented and misinterpret every single thing that happened in the show on purpose to push this false narrative that, see, this is what happened, and then we correct you and you double down on it. Y'all literally double down. Some of y'all legit complain about the explosions that was happening in space. Y'all literally complain about that as if that's some woke nonsense when it has nothing to do with being woke. Seriously, you're politicizing things, not the left. A few years ago, they politicized a lot of stuff, saying that, oh, well, where's inclusivity in this, blah, blah, 100%. But nowadays, y'all are literally politicizing every single form of media for no reason because you want to be bigots. That is it. And then we get called out on it, you double down on it. Shut up for once. And to MJ Town, you really need to screw yourself over. Like, seriously, shut the F up. If I ever hear another claim or another video of yours arguing that you being told, if you don't like it, don't watch it. If you don't like it, don't buy it. If you're literally making a stupid argument and think that's a valid take, say that, oh, well, you're telling people not to watch the media if they don't like it, or not to buy a game or comic book if they don't like it. Like, that's very condescending. That's very rude. Oh my gosh, like, you're hurting my feet. Shut the F up. Were you going to buy it regardless? No. So why are you talking about it then? Seriously, why are you going to talk about it then? If y'all are legit talking about how, oh, Star Wars is dead for the 8 million times for the last 10 years, for crying out loud. I'm sorry, you really need to shut the F up. Every single time, y'all have been saying Star Wars dead, Star Wars dead, Star Wars dead, and oh my gosh, finally, Star Wars is dead. Homie, that is not a fan. That's a hater. That's a hater, not a fan. And two, y'all have been saying this for the last multiple of years, for crying out loud. That's more embarrassing. Every single year, you're crying, Star Wars is dead, Star Wars. No, it's not that it's dead. It's that you wanted it to die. You wanted Star Wars to die. And this is the big key thing. Whenever I hear some dumb idiots online crying about how, oh, the wokies, they ruined Star Wars, they killed the French. No, they did nothing like that. You did. Y'all literally did. Y'all literally did. Nothing else. All y'all did. Every single one of you. It's so funny how ever since the sequels, y'all like, oh, Star Wars that it's Star Wars, it's ruined, blah blah. But in number 2, y'all literally hated on the prequels. Every single one of y'all, well, not every single one of y'all, since the majority of y'all don't even watch Star Wars, nor were fans of it. But to those who did, guess what? Y'all were hating on the prequels regardless. But I find it so funny how just cause that was a white male leads, like all of those stuff were white men led, basically. And nowadays, or afterwards, it was about a straight white dude anymore. Now y'all double down and be like, oh no, this is way worse because it's not about a white guy. And I say, that's all y'all have done. Nothing else. Even when they're a show like Obi-Wan, even though, yes, Obi-Wan does deserve a lot of criticism, valid criticism, not just y'all saying that, oh my gosh, I do not like this black woman, oh my gosh. No, shut the F up. And the fact that some of y'all legit went out your way to even justify those racism and tried to argue that the racist comments that she was getting, nah, y'all are sick in the head. It does not matter. Y'all are sick in the head, honestly. Screw every single one of y'all. But back to the point. It's so blatantly embarrassing that this is where it gone. Like, legit, every single one of you are an embarrassment. And I mean it heartedly. Because what the frick is wrong with every single one of y'all? You have nothing else better to do. This is the type of nonsense y'all are celebrating for. Even though y'all are not even fans of these things. None of y'all were. But this is what y'all are celebrating. Seriously. That's embarrassing. Y'all truly need a lot of help. Mentally and physically. Like, it's embarrassing right now. Y'all weren't even fans of these franchises. None of y'all were. I don't care if you're, ooh, I bought a toy. That does not mean anything. Ooh, I have a channel. That does not mean anything. It's about the fact, your own knowledge about these franchises, you're proving multiple times you have no clue what on earth you're talking about. Like, legit, seriously. If you do not like it, then why are you talking about it? Why are you trying to watch it? You're acting as if people are forcing you into watching it. When no one's doing it. It's not meant for you, and that's a fact. Because guess what? One, Star Wars was never about a straight white dude. No, that has never been the case. But nor is about gay people, straight people, white people, black people. No, it's a fantasy. It's fiction. And it's like, oh my gosh, this feels so out of place for Star Wars. The Jedis were the bad. No, the Jedis were not actually the bad guys, but it's on top of the immoral behaviors that the Jedis were doing. It's about challenging the norm, basically, challenging the narrative. Because once again, Jedi have been praised as one of the good people or like perfection, but they have done a lot of heinous acts against their own code and from doing good things. A lot of them have, and that's always been challenged throughout the whole franchise. Yes, books, games, etc. This isn't new. Once again, they kidnap bloody children so that they can train them to be the next soldier. Homie, that's already bad. And it was even more ironic. Film Theory had literally pointed this out ages ago. This is not new. This has never been new. The Jedi are guilty for keeping so secret, not in a form of protection. No, a lot of them kept those secrets for no legit reason or for evil doings, for their own personal gain. This is not new. None of this is new at all. And you're all acting as if like, oh my gosh, what they did was, oh my god. No, shut the F up. Because all you're proving is that you have no idea about Star Wars, or that you're just looking for any possible way to hate it for the sake of hating it. Every single one of you. This is no different to the same idiots crying about Doctor Who, but like, oh my gosh, the Doctor is not black. Shut the F up. One, the Doctor was never a straight white dude. Because guess what? The Doctor is his shapeshifter, for crying out loud. Time Lords are shapeshifters. They don't have one singular form. No, they could become anyone. That's it. That has always been the norm. And in the canon, you acted as if this is the first time that's ever happened. Homie, they went from one white dude to another 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 white dude to and so on and so forth. And then after Peter Capaldi, one white dude to a woman, and then after that, back to the former white dude. Then after that, that white dude split himself, and then boom, casted a black dude. That's it. The bi-generation is an only new thing, but it has been in the mythos. That was canon. That was always part of it. And that's what they stated. But the Doctor, from being male to, that's not new. Technically, every single Time Lord would be bloody intersexual. You freaking moron. Technically. But once again, this is not new. Not only with Misty, and I find it so funny how so many people, well, not even so many people, you got a lot of people on one half completely forget about Misty or act as if she never existed. Why? Because they never saw Doctor Who. They'd be like, oh, Peter Capaldi was the last good Doctor. Not because of any legit good reason or exactly any explanation. It's just because he was a white dude. That was it. But when you bring up Missy, they don't know anything. When you bring up the bloody general, for crying out loud, from a white dude to a black woman, they don't remember that. Oh wait, because they don't watch the show. None of them do. I'm not trying to say you have to remember every single slight detail within the show, whatever. That's not the issue. It's about knowing basic things. That is the point. I just watched that episode months ago after rewatching it, and guess what? Yeah, it's not as deep as it is. And the first, I watched that ages ago, a few years ago, when it first premiered. And once again, I still had no issue with it, because it's not that surprising or new. It really isn't. Like, oh no, but that's what. And the funny part too, a lot of y'all legit doubled down when I brought up Missy. That's what I found ironic. On this side, basically, alright, you have some of them will argue that, well, Missy, she was a good character, that character development. So you mean just tell me that yes, you can be a woman, and guess what? It does not ruin the character. Yes, you don't have to be a straight white dude to have a good character. You freaking idiot. And the main reason why Missy worked, because it's not just her being a woman, whatever. No, it's the character, the master, getting character development, of moving on, legit leaving the past, trying to build the connection with their best friend from childhood. That was the development of the master. That what makes not only Missy a good character, but the whole master idea good. That is the point. That was it. It's not even her being a woman, nor the master being a man. That has nothing to do with it. It's the character themselves. That is the point. That's it. Because guess what? There's fans who are watching the show. They still see the same character from the very beginning to the end. So they see a long journey of development. That is what happened. And yeah, y'all are like, well, good character development. No, you don't. You don't actually see that or actually believe in that. You're just saying this instead of you just saying that yes, you're hypocritical or you're just saying some dumb nonsense. That's it. Instead of you just admitting to exactly what you want to say, you have to double down and play the victim card. Knowing fully you're not a victim. Screw every single one of y'all. Now, back to the point with the general, it's how so many people legit double down and start saying, whoa, that's when the franchise went downhill. No, screw every single one of y'all. Honestly, shut the F up. Shut the bloody F up right now. Because once again, you're just proving my point. You have never seen Doctor Who in your life, nor did any research. And like I said, I asked most of these people, show me where in the lore as ever stated that only a straight white guy can play a Time Lord, basically. Show me. They can't show you anything. But they could be arguing that, oh my gosh, this should not be no, shut the F up. Legit, that has always been the case, even in the classic era, for crying out loud. This is not new. But oh no, Shudigawa being the new Doctor, so y'all crying and sobbing. And the funny part too, is that you can tell how a lot of these people have never seen the show, is that they're acting so confused, like, oh my gosh, there's two Doctors, how would that work? Y'all are dumb? Homie, the Doctor has been time travel basically, because of the TARDIS, and also the Watch and many other things. Legit, this is not new. This is not new. And guess what? They have crossed paths with each other multiple times. And affirmative too, with Joy the Red Doctor, she even asks this question: how many Doctors, how many of her are out there that she just walked past? How many? Legit, ever since she met her, Joe Martin incarnation, guess what? She didn't know that she was a past incarnation of her. She didn't know about that. So once again, this goes up legit with the whole plot, the whole idea, what time was. This is not new. This is literally not new at all. The Doctor have always been crossing paths with each other. Legit, they left Doctor, went back in the past, and guess what? Used the same plot from his second incarnation to defeat the villains. Legit, the Great Bloody Intelligence. Legit, It's so bloody embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. Legit, countless of times they even bring up not ideas, but jokes or well, yeah, so pretty much ideas about how, well, you go meet this one villain in the future, or hey, did you did this yet? Whatever. They make fun and point out that yes, he's a time traveler. Time does not go in one solid direction. It's random. Like with Queen Elizabeth, yes, she wanted to kill the Doctor and get his head. Pause. But once again, he doesn't know why until later on in the 50th anniversary. Guess what? He was married to her. He was married to her. Did the past version of the 10th Doctor knew? No, it was a later future of himself that knew about it. That was it. That was literally it. And guess what? That same anniversary had 3 incarnations of the Doctors. Just to save Gallifrey. So once again, this whole idea of, oh my gosh, there's 2 Doctors. There's 2 Doctors. This is so confusing. No, you're just you have never seen Doctor Who. Once again, it's a time traveling show. Of course, there's infinite versions of them around the whole universe. It's not like, oh, there's only one version of the... No, it's infinite versions of them around the universe. They are time traveling. It's not even that hard. Heck, even I gotta give props to Jodie Whittaker for one of the episodes where, guess what? Not only it's like past incarnation, whatever. No, when it legit on the the planet time. Guess what? She actually was legit interacting with other versions of herself. What I want to say, different timelines, but whatever from time themselves. So there were 3 versions of her basically. 3 versions, not of different incarnation. No, the same incarnation for different time points. In the same role. Why? Because that can happen. This is not new. And in front number 2, Peter Capaldi did the same thing. He did the same thing. He was making sure that time in his own timeline was going along. Not just for incarnation, but in his own incarnation. Why? Because this is not new. And the funny part again, Matt Smith, 11th Doctor, did the same thing with Pandorica. Legit, the whole Pandorica arc. This is not new. This is not new. And y'all are literally so confused that there's multiple Doctors and what? This is not new. Y'all are that confused? Legit, yeah, Missy and the Master working together. This is not new. For crying out loud. Like legit, oh my gosh, this is so good for this 2 Doctors. No, you're just proving you have never seen the show before. This is possible. Bloody goodness, yo. Like, honestly. And the fact that y'all legit ignore River Song's existence as a like, oh, I forgot about her, and you only see her as a white woman that is just eye candy for the Doctor. Guess what? She was a black woman, too. She was black. So, once again, this lore has always been part of the show. And y'all are acting so surprised when the main character himself does it. And this is how you know a lot of these people are not even fans of these properties. None of them are. It's the same thing with Anna That's Our Girl, where she have no idea about She-Hulk, claim that she's a big fan of the She-Hulk character, whatever, then constantly getting the sensational She-Hulk character mixed up and confused with the Savage She-Hulk. She's like, oh, I love Savage She-Hulk. I really love Savage She-Hulk. She just break the fourth wall. She was hot. She was sexy. She was doing all this stuff because I said so, even though I'm literally interpreting the wrong version of her. But trust me, bro. No, you literally just proved multiple times you have never seen the show. Or not even seen the show. Never seen any of the comics at all. Or know anything about the character. Multiple times in your video. Instead of you actually reviewing the show, all you've been doing is spending so much time hating the show that you aren't even watching. And talking about what the writers or actresses are saying offline. That's all you're doing. That's not being a fan or wishing something to be good. No, that's just you being a hater for the sake of hating. And for number 2, if I ever became a film actor, a film producer, whatever, I'm gonna make fun of y'all, not of a way of out of spite, but I'm gonna make fun of y'all because it's funny. I will legit make characters just for me to make fun of you and the left to see how stupid you guys are and how annoying y'all are. That's it. Because y'all are bloody annoying. And for number 2, the left are not ruining people's fun. A lot of times they are. But once again, y'all are the ones ruining everyone's fun. People just want to find a show to watch and y'all are online harassing them for existing. And that's it. Legit, someone could be saying something about how they like the prequels a few years ago before the sequels came out, and y'all be harassing them and even sending them death threats for no reason. And y'all were doing that. A lot of y'all were doing that. So don't pretend that that did not happen. A lot of y'all were doing that. And you know what's so funny? You have a lot of normal people who watch the Clone Wars. Because yes, they found the Clone Wars to be a good show, whatever. So sorry, but guess what? A lot of them did not actually want to go into the movies and stuff because it wasn't as good as the Clone Wars. It is not matter how much you want to cry about, but the main time. No, let's be honest, it isn't as good, whatever. You could argue that yes, the Clone Wars is elaborating on the lore, even though the Acolyte, Obi-Wan, and many of these other shows were doing the same exact thing of not only elaborating, but expanding the lore, expanding the universe. But oh no, because it's not about a straight white guy somehow, you are looking for an excuse to complain about it, and that's it. Big difference. And I find it so bloody ironic that y'all are being this desperately stupid. But back to the point, a lot of the people don't want to be involved with the franchise because it is like you are toxic AF. And I don't want to hear people in the comments be like, oh my gosh, every single minute is toxic. Yes, but that does not invalidate y'all. Because when it goes to the list of toxic communities, y'all are one of the top 3 toxic people online. Top 3 for crying out loud. Top 5 is a compliment. Top 10 does not no, top 3 is perfect for y'all. Legit, that's how bad y'all are. No one has ever argued that, oh, one community is only toxic and the other, no. A lot of y'all in the Star Wars community are bloody toxic AF. And affirmative too, the majority of y'all aren't even fans of Star Wars. And that's the embarrassing part. You're harassing people of something you are not even a fan of. That's what makes it more embarrassing. Now all I need to say is screw every single one of y'all. If you do not like it, then don't watch it. No one's forcing you. Legit, stop trying to look for a way to make the show ruin or try to get a show canceled. Because then no, it's not that the show is going to suck or it's going to flop or fail. No, you know the show is going to be successful, but you're trying to find a way to make it fail and flop. And that's what I find so ironic. If y'all knew full well that the Acolyte was going to flop and fail, then why are you making videos wishing for it to fail? You would not be doing that. Because it seems like that, yes, you know full well it's not going to fail. It's going to do fine. It's going to be successful. Not perfectly successful, but successful enough. You knew it. Y'all knew it full well. But in every single video, all you've been doing is wishing for it to fail. That's all you're doing. So no, it's not flopping, it's not failing. No, you wanted to fail and you finally got it. And that is exactly what you wanted. Like, heck, you know what? Let me bring an example for Ruin Leon. For someone who formerly used to watch him. Ruin Leon, like legit Leon, please shut the F up. And further to, you even admitted you're not even a fan of Star Wars or you don't even watch it like that. So you admit it. So you literally admit you know nothing about Star Wars. So homie, keep your bloody mouth shut. And what I find so ironic, you acknowledge a lot of the people who are complaining about these stuff were racist people. But the funny part to what you did afterwards is that you tried to justify their racism and downplay, be like, oh, it's not that big a deal. It was just a minority. No, these minorities are the ones who are complaining about these shows. That's the problem. It's every single person who has been complaining about the show were these people. It wasn't actually people who did care about the writing, who did care about the story, whatever. No, it's just a bunch of people that just didn't like it because it's not about a straight white dude. That was it. And what I find so ironic, he's trying to do this whole, these SJWs, these wokies, oh my gosh, blah, 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 they're calling you racist for no reason, like, blah, blah, blah. Homie, no, that's not what they're doing. But, oh my gosh, but they're saying this, blah. Like, dude, shut the F up. Like, honestly, shut the F up. You look, I cannot swear. But once again, shut up. Because the funny part too, you're acting as if that these people who are defending the show are dick writing it or saying that the show is perfection. No, they say that yes, it's not perfect. It has its flaws, but it has nothing to do with a character being black, a character being Asian, a character being gay. It has nothing to do with something not being about a white dude. They literally give you a legit reason why the show is not that great for a reason. Not of, oh, I'm a racist misogynist. That's it. Legit, you got one to call out the people. Legit, they stated, hey, if you're not liking the Acolyte for legit reason, like whatever, this video is not for you. But if you're literally just hating it solely because of this one reason, that someone is black, someone is gay, whatever, and you're just complaining for that reason, then no, You're the problem. And that's exactly what they're saying. And for number two, in those examples that you shown, they stated that yes, there is issues with the acolyte. They pointed it out. But at the same time too, they're making distinction between actual fans and people who are just watching the show and actually doing having some issues with it, and they're separating that from people who are just being bigoted online. And it's so bloody embarrassing. You always talk about how you should do research, this and this and this. Homie, you sat there, you made these recordings, you watched these videos, you download these videos, so I mean, you watch them multiple times. Mind you, you are editing your video, so I mean, you're replaying the whole video over and over again, you're previewing it again to make sure everything is fine. So I mean, you saw it countless of times for both of those people, and you're not clicking things together? You don't see like, I look stupid here. I should probably keep my mouth shut. Never mind. Let me just delete all of this. My bad. I sound stupid. No, you posted that video and actually act as if that you did a big flex. You didn't. You look very dumb, honestly. But either way, all I need to say is screw every single one of y'all. I need to get back to work. Let's get going.